Good morning, and it's Saturday the 14th of July, and we've got a pretty busy day today. We start off, we've got quite a few maiden selections here. I would point out that Robin is probably not covered by, not covered by any of the main tabs. There may be a coverage on the West Australian tab, and certainly I know some of our members may be up in that area and go to the race meeting. That's why those selections are put there. Same as we see here. A hot rated horse here, a Robin Race 4 number 5. We may not be able to get on that, but we've got quite a list today. The interesting thing, I thought I would explain to you the BHR. So they're coming from David Bendai, who's got some slightly different rules to ours. And where there's a different selection, I must advise you that the strike rate is going to be a lot less. But he's managed to pick up a few 30, 40 to 1 winners along the way. So maybe if you just have something on those, I'm not sure if you want to continue with those, but as you can see, they do coincide quite a bit, and that's all right. But some of these others may be a much higher price for those who want to take a bit of a risk. Okie doke. All right. So today we've started with Rosehill Race 1, and Laburnum is and Master Asher both around the $3.50 to $4 area, and they would make quite a nice Dutch bet. Of course, this is a C-plan race as well, and while we do have Laburnum on top, you can take it outright if you like, but I'm more inclined to take the Dutch bet on the 2. Okay, in the daily feature race today, why have we got this down here so far? You can see that I'm going to have to change this, so I will change that shortly. I'm recording at about 9:45 a.m. So, in this particular race, the interesting thing is when you look at these top 3 horses and you get this in the winner, even though the ratings are fairly similar, So Spirited is the best form is on good tracks, whereas High Mist and Nicky's Gold have both got their best form on damp tracks. And of course, Sparky Lad does seem to have the wood over Nicky's Gold, so it makes it an interesting race anyway, but there's certainly plenty of money in the market. It is a fairly wide open betting race. In Caulfield Race 2, Magnesium Rose, it's been out for 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. Don't know why, but obviously they wouldn't be running it today unless they thought it was right on the money. And our indications are with a Winform net of 61.9 and a rated price of $3.60, it should be okay for us. Here we've got Caulfield Race 3. It's a C-plan race again. Mantastic was second. A little bit unlucky last start, certainly. This on Picarlo, I'm not sort of backing up on that, even though it has in the past a good rating, which puts it in as $4.10. However, it's a rising 9-year-old, and I would sort of leave that alone. I'm happy to go one out with Mantastic. In the 4th, Alassio, well, 3 starts for 3 wins. Very hard to beat that. I'm quite happy to have that as one of our best bets today. In this particular race, our good friend Mr. W. Pike is on a runner that ran 3rd, but hasn't won a race yet, whereas Kelly's Callisto has won 2 and placed 2 out of the last 4 starts. It's a mile ahead of any of the other runners, some of which have got little experience, so I'm quite happy to go one out with that one. Mascalino, once again, is going to be very, very hard to beat. We've got to back the Boulder selection. That's run first, second at its last 2 starts. The effort is in there. Hasn't produced the good ratings that we would normally need, but nevertheless you've got to put it in there. Certainly if you took Mascalino, which is a favourite and at least saved on the Boulder, but I just tend to back the Boulder selections on a set stake every time I see one. I've learned not to even look at the price. That cost me a 20 to 1 winner earlier this year. So just whatever you're putting aside for the Boulders, you're only going to get 20 or 30 selections a year most years, but they always seem to come out on top over the year. At Belmont Race 2, I am expecting the track to be good 4 to soft 5, but Snow Blossom, with a rating of $2.70, it will be hard to beat in that. Is first up from a spell, but it's only 1,000 metres and it's only a restricted race anyway. And the weekend feature race, well, let's just go back here to the... Did I talk to you about the daily feature? Well, we did. We discussed that one. The weekend feature race is actually in its right time slot. Barcelona, it just keeps winning. It's going extremely well. I don't expect anything to challenge it, so I'm just happy to sit on it. You would think that Widgie Turf would go very well, but when you look at its form, every time it's come in after a break of 28 days or more, it has failed to win. Consequently, stick to Barcelona. It will be hard to beat. Okay. And a Belmont Race 8, once again, there's a bolter selection here. It doesn't look as a great race to me, but it is only a benchmark 72, and you would think the bolter selection going to go is in form and is backing up today. I'll be happy to go on that. Okay, I hope that helps you out. I'll be updating at about 10:15, just in case there are any scratchings in Belmont. Okay, good luck.